Hello, buddy. Welcome back to the Tin Man's Corner channel. I'm your host, Jeffrey Tin Man Taylor, and today I'll be reacting to my final Chilling Scares video for this marathon. And it's 6 most disturbing footage caught on police dash cams. So, without further ado, I'm going to turn these lights off, move the camera back up here for you guys, and let's get this reaction on the road and in the bag. Okie dokie, here we go.
In August of 2012, the dashcam of this police cruiser would capture an officer with the Louisville Metro Police Department pulling over a Honda Accord that had expired plates. 3 were inside the vehicle, and upon talking to them, the officer conducting the traffic stop would quickly pick up on the nervous and anxious behavior they were giving off. A few seconds later, and the officer would hear the sound of kicking and yelling coming from inside the trunk of the vehicle. This is when the officer would call for backup and have to forcefully detain the 3 suspects. While the officers on scene would then cautiously open the trunk, they would find a man with a towel tied around his head and his hands tied around his back.
So, these people are kidnappers. Oh, I'm glad that cop pulled him over then.
The man inside the trunk turned out to be the owner of the vehicle. He had been working the closing shift at a Circle K gas station 7 miles down the road. Once he closed up the store and started walking to his car, he would be attacked. The 3 suspects would then steal the man's car, but rather than leave him behind, they would tie him up and stuff him in the trunk of his own car before fleeing with it. Following the incident, the 3 responsible would be arrested. They were later identified as 27-year-old Trent Bly, 27-year-old Joseph Davis, and 28-year-old Brittany Elder. What they had planned to do with the victim is still unknown. Had the plates on the car not been expired, the traffic stop likely would not have even happened, and the victim would have been at the complete mercy of these people and their intentions. Other than being roughed up and moderately dehydrated from the heat of the trunk, the victim would make it out unharmed.
Well, that's always good to hear. But if his plates were not expired, somebody probably would have called cops, be like, there's a car that's traveling like at a fast speed, and then they probably could have got him on like a traffic stop for like going, let's say, 75 miles per hour. But like he said, he was lucky to have expired plates and then got the criminals that stole his car, basically.
On December 19, 2017, the Tucson Police Department in Arizona would receive a disturbing call reporting a man who looked to be impersonating an undercover cop. The caller stated that he, along with a couple friends, had been parked on the side of the road when a man claiming to be an undercover cop pulled up next to them. He further stated they had all been searched, and one of them was even put in handcuffs. The police would verify that whoever they were with was in no way affiliated with law enforcement. Multiple police would be sent to the scene. However, when they arrived, they were informed by the group that upon calling the police, the impersonator would hastily drive off, even leaving one of the guys still in handcuffs.
How's it going? You guys live here? You guys live here? What are you guys doing? Chilling?
This is just wrong. They're not doing nothing, and he wants to act like the vigilante cop and arrest him. But I am glad that they called the cops.
Days later, detectives were able to track down the identity of the impersonator, and he would quickly be arrested. With the help of a search warrant, officers were able to confiscate multiple items used during the incident. These included a white 4-door sedan with built-in red and blue flashing lights, a radio earpiece, a baton, and a dashcam. Upon further inspection of the dashcam, police found that it had been recording the whole thing. Not only that, It also showed multiple other times that the impersonator had pulled over and confronted different people.
You just incriminated yourself with that dash cam, buddy. Yep, there he goes. And I'm surprised there's actually stores that sell, these flashing lights and dash cam stuff for people, because I thought they just only install them in like police cars only.
The man's motives for doing this aren't exactly clear, but the fact that he was willing to even go as far as putting people in handcuffs doesn't make them look good. One can only imagine what his true intentions were. Ultimately, he would receive charges of impersonating a law enforcement officer and kidnapping. This dashcam footage shows the response to a 911 call reporting a burning truck. The call was made in the late hours of February 11, 2017, in Glen Heights, Texas. It was reported that a truck engulfed in flames was stopped in the drive-thru lane of a Jack in the Box, dangerously close to the building itself.
Oh,
Officer Chris Womack was the first respondent on scene. When he arrived, it was clear that the truck was to the point where it could explode at any time. So, thinking quick, the officer bravely used his own patrol vehicle to push the truck to where it was a safe distance from the restaurant building.
I hope the guy got out of there unharmed. Good thinking, officer.
The act was able to save any damage to the building. It was also able to save any injuries from occurring, as none were ever reported.
Well, that's good to know. That is good to know. But, yeah, that is very dangerous. I wouldn't even stick around to see that thing light up. I'll be getting out of there quick.
Richard Lee McNair was a man born in 1958 in Oklahoma. When he was just 28, he was given 2 life sentences for murder and attempted murder during a burglary gone wrong. However, McNair is more well known for his escapes during his time in prison. McNair successfully escaped law enforcement a total of 3 different times. His first escape didn't last that long, only able to stay on the outside for a matter of minutes. And the second escape was a little different. 9 months out of prison as a fugitive on the run. Then, on April 5, 2006, McNair would make his third and final attempt at escaping. It was successful, but seemingly not for long. As he was running on the side of the road, a police officer would notice him, and because police were informed of an escapee at the time, the officer would stop him.
Jumbo, you live around here, bud? No. Where you live at?
Down the road by Pineville.
Pineville?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Do you have any form of identification on you?
No.
All right. What it is, we got an escapee.
Oh. Where from?
Prison.
Prison here?
Yeah.
The whole event was caught on the police officer's dash cam, and it shows as McNair desperately fabricates information in an attempt to convince the officer he's not the escaped prisoner.
What's your address?
I don't have an address. I'm at the hotel. We're working on houses and stuff like that. Roofing.
Roofing?
Yep.
Okay.
For my brother.
All right. Where are you staying at?
That Titusville or Titus Inn? Titus Inn. Good.
Where's that at?
I don't even know the address. We just got into town about a week ago, and he dropped me off to jog. I always jog about 12 miles a day.
Where'd he drop you off at?
Up there on that road by There's some construction going on up there now. And he dropped me off.
Who do y'all work for?
It's his.
I know. What's the name of the company?
Fields roofing.
Okay. Did you go through a broad patch or something?
Well, yeah, roofing. I always roof in shorts and cut my scratching up on, the roofing.
That's why your knees are all cut up.
McNair's ability to quickly come up with fake information proves extremely helpful in convincing the officer he had nothing to do with the escape. However, he would make a couple mistakes. Near the beginning of their conversation, the officer asks for McNair's name. He does this once again near the end of their conversation.
What's your name?
Robert Jones.
Robert Jones?
Uh-huh.
And what's your name again?
Jimmy Jones.
McNair gives two different fake names.
Oh.
The officer does.
Dude, if you were trying to successfully evade an officer, you should give him one name and stick to it. Now, I would not say do it because it is illegal to give false information. So don't do it because then you'll be busted right then. Well, let's see if he gets taken in.
Doesn't catch this, and in the end, actually lets McNair go thinking he's just a jogger.
When I crossed the tracks down there, I saw you running. I said, well, how lucky can I be?
No. I'm not no prison escapee. I'm sorry to have to hold you up.
Hey, no, I'm just doing my job,
I know
man.
you are.
But, yeah, just be careful. You'll probably get stopped again, okay? Don't be alarmed by it.
All right.
That's our quick line
You
there.
have a good day now.
Be careful, buddy.
Thank you.
All right.
This crucial mistake would allow Richard McNair to remain free for a full year and a half after this encounter.
I'll be
Once he
darned.
was finally discovered again by law enforcement, he would be sent to a supermax prison in Florence, Colorado, the most secure prison in all of the United States. Another attempt to escape was never made by Richard Lee McNair.
Yeah, he probably figured that he would be caught again or something, but trying to escape in like a big supermax prison. So it's probably got a lot more armed guards and everything. And also, the police officer did not caught on to him saying a different name. He said Robert Jones, and then later on he asked him again. He said Jimmy Jones. Same last name, different first names. I'll be calling him out on that, dude. I thought you said your name was Robert. Something's fishy. And then I'll be typing in on the computer, be like, is there even a Robert Jones? If it pops up multiple Jones, like Robert Joneses, and it ain't him, I'll be calling just for that guy's picture from the prison and see if it's him or not.
This police dashcam footage comes from a California Highway Patrol vehicle. The two officers inside were responding to a reported structure fire when a large mudslide is quickly revealed on the road. But once it's noticed, it's too late. There wasn't enough time for the driver to react. Therefore, the patrol vehicle is sent directly into it. All four wheels are quickly elevated off the ground,
Oh, crud.
spinning the vehicle around and forcing it with the current of the mudslide.
I'll be telling my partner to hang on or back up quick. Like do emergency 360. We got to find another route. Jeez, that's dangerous.
Luckily, by some miracle, the officers were able to regain traction and drive ahead of the slide. By that point, there wasn't much they could do but warn pedestrians and watch the disturbing sight of the mudslide rushing down the road and tearing through their city.
Get out of here! Get out of here! Get out of here! Go! Go! It's gonna come right through us. What are we supposed to do? I have no idea. Ventura 29201, there is a very active mudslide coming down Olive Mill towards the 101 right now. It overtook our vehicle as we were heading north on Olive Mill. We were able to barely escape, and we're down by the freeway now. But it's there's a lot of debris and a lot of flow coming down. It should be on the near the freeway very shortly.
Oh, it's coming now. Oh.
Mike, get in the car. Mike, get in the car. Get in the car, Mike. Get in the car. Get in the fucking car.
Yeah, listen to your partner. Go.
Get the PA on.
Yeah, if I run back to the car and my partner said, get in the car, I said, yeah, I'm coming. I'm not staying around to look at this.
In the early morning hours of July 27th, 2018, police in Wyoming received multiple calls reporting a reckless wrong-way driver on the highway. Officers Rob Meredith and Chris DeBoer were the first on scene. In order to stop the driver, the officers were forced to use their own police cruiser as a makeshift barricade, which was all caught on their dash cam.
Take as many leaves as you can. Watch yourself. We are going to set up like this. Right at us right now. Alright, we got him coming at us, dispatch.
As the two
crud.
the headlights of the wrong-way driver can be seen quickly approaching. Disturbingly, they're showing no signs of slowing down, or even diverting their vehicle's path to avoid a head-on collision.
Watch yourself. Alright. Yep.
The quick reaction of Officer Chris DeBoer to turn the cruiser into the impact was the only thing saving the vehicles from a head-on collision and a most likely fatal situation. The wrong-way driver later stopped further down the road and was taken to the hospital for treatment of injuries. He was a 60-year-old man and was charged with his third offense of operating a vehicle while intoxicated. As for the two police officers, they were lucky enough to make it out of the incident with only minor injuries.
Which, if he just got out of a bar, somebody should have tried to stop him from driving. That's simple enough, ain't it? And plus, he's 60 years old. Jeez. He should have known better not to drive intoxicated. And plus, them officers would have been called out there to try to stop him, but it didn't look like he wanted to stop. He just kept on going. But I'm glad them officers got out of there unscathed really bad. But anyway, that's going to be it for now. Don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on those post notifications for more Chilling Scares content like this. This has been another successful installment of the Tin Man's Corner channel. I'm your host, Jeffrey Tin Man Taylor, and I said that's a wrap, and have a nice day, everybody.